Are there instances when the Halachos of Yichud do not apply?
Regarding Yichuds, the idea of Yichud is when you have a man and a woman that are not married and are in a closed place, and this could cause chas v'sholem a problem also by breaking boundaries and also by creating a certain type of intimacy. Any type of situation that could break this bind, this connection, is a way that could solve Yichud. For an example, an open door, Pesach, posu'ach. An open door breaks Yichud. Now, open door doesn't just mean a spiritual idea that the door is unlocked. An open door means a situation that somebody could always come in and surprise them. So if you're an example, somebody is on the 10th floor and he has a guard down in the lobby and he keeps the door unlocked, that's not called an open door. Because being that you have a guard in the bottom and nobody could actually walk into the building without going through the guard, that is not called an open door. An open door is a door that's open in a situation that every moment somebody could actually come in and break this yichud. That is called an open door. An open door is not just an open door, it could also be an open window. But once again, open window doesn't just mean that the window is open and there's some reshus harabim air coming in. That doesn't mean anything. It's not a spiritual thing, it's a practical thing. An open window means a window that anybody in any time could actually come in and peek inside and break this bind between them. As we said, either a bind of a boundary or a bind that is just created by the actual intimacy of them together being in the room. So, as we said, a Pesach posu'ach is one way of breaking Yichud. An open door that in every situation somebody could come in, or an open window could also be considered if it's open to the public. A second thing that breaks Yichud is a thing called Baila Ba'ir. Her husband is in town. It's brought down that if her husband is in town, that also breaks Yichud because she feels the idea, the married woman feels the idea that her husband is in town. Here there's a debate among the poskim. What does it mean her husband is in town? For example, New York City. Her husband is Upper West Side and she's downtown Brooklyn. The time in between this, the time and the distance between her and her husband, even though it's considered the same husband, the same town, it's still so far away. Do we say Baila Ba'ir means in a neighborhood on the block? Or does it really mean a spiritual thing of her husband being in town in general in the city? Really, the right thing to do, Baila Ba'ir, means that he is in an area and he's unexpected. When is he going to come back? That should really be the attitude of Baila Ba'ir, unless you could add maybe an extra thing. For example, a Pesach posu'ach, but it's not like so clear people are just going to walk in together. The fact that Baila Ba'ir, maybe you could use it as a sniff, but in general, Baila Ba'ir means that he's in town and you could walk in every single moment unexpected. Third way of doing it is a thing called a shomer. A shomer could be a child. Child has to be from the age that understand the situation of a man and a woman being in the room together. The most poskim say that age is around 5 years old, 6 years old, till about 11 or 12 years old. That is called a shomer. The minute that they have a child around those ages that already talks and reports, and it's very obvious that it's not going to be considered a secret, such a situation, a shomer could also break Yichud. How about a shomer that's nichnos v'yoytze? Meaning the shomer, but he's not always there, but he comes in and out. A shomer nichnos v'yoytze, according to many poskim, is just fine, because adrabah, the idea is to be unexpectedly surprised. Then it's a great thing having a shomer that is nichnos v'yoytze. Sometimes you could have a problem of yichud also being in a car. Being in a car could also be a problem of yichud if the car is in a place that people can't look in. If the car is driving on 5th Avenue in New York, 24/6, then it's always lit up, there's always people there, it's not a problem of yichud. But if a car is driving in a dark alleyway, then it could be a big problem of yichud, even in a car. Obviously, if it's by night, obviously, if it's out of town. But in these specific situations, you should really be asking a Rav, because it's very dependent on who's in the car, what the environment around the car. Is it day? Is it night? And that's the situation of car. As we said, a car could be yichud and it could be not yichud. Depends on when and where. Whenever you have somebody coming into the house and fixing something, it could be a technician. It could also be a problem of yichud. Once again, it depends. If your husband's in town, if the door is open. But if it's not any one of these situations, it could be a problem of yichud. When it comes to a doctor, there's two opinions about a doctor. Some say, being that he's an uman, being that he's just professional, then it's not a problem of yichud. Some say, adrabah, the fact the fact that he regularly deals with women, that itself takes away his ne'emanos. The best thing to do is to go to a doctor together with a mother-in-law, with a sister, someone that could be a shemer, or to make sure that the nurse outside knows that the door is unlocked. That could be okay with a doctor. Whenever you have, a lot of times you have a situation that you have a couple that are engaged and they want to go on a walk, no problem. It's a great thing to go on a walk, but sometimes they take a walk on a hike or somewhere that's detached and away from regular civil life. It could be a real problem of yichud, and we know that whenever it comes to a couple that's engaged, we're more careful yichud than even a regular couple, and that's why they want to meet. It's a great thing, but they can't just take a walk into the woods or somewhere that people don't go around, because that for sure could be a problem of yichud. So just as a maskana, bottom line is, yichud, there's different ways of breaking yichud. It could be a pesach posu'ach, it could be an open door, it could be bailo ba'ir, it could be in a situation that you have a shomer, and even if the shomer that's nichnas yetze, it could also be a solution for yichud. And as we said, if there's somebody that's very close, like an engaged couple, then you should be extra careful about the dinim and the halachos of yichud.